English Daily 15 Minutes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. It is great to have you all here today with us for another exciting episode.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy to be sharing this space with you again. Today, we are going to talk about something that touches all of our lives every single day: technology, social media, and the famous social media detox. We live in a world where everything is digital, and sometimes it feels like we are living inside our screens rather than in the real world. It is almost impossible to spend an hour without looking at some kind of monitor.
Exactly, Sarah. Technology is changing so fast, and sometimes we need to step back and look at how it changes us as human beings. Let's start with how we use our phones as soon as we wake up. Every morning, the first thing I do is check my favorite app. For me, it's a language learning tool that helps me practice Spanish. It's amazing how a small piece of software can change your daily routine. Before I had this app, I used to waste my mornings just scrolling through random news sites or looking at funny videos. Now, I feel like I am doing something productive with my time as soon as I open my eyes. It gives me a sense of achievement early in the morning.
That's a great example, John. It shows that technology can be very positive if we choose the right tools. For me, my favorite app is a budget tracker. It helps me see where my money goes each month. It's so simple but incredibly helpful for managing daily life. I can see exactly how much I spend on groceries, coffee, bills, and entertainment. In the past, people had to write everything down in big paper notebooks, which took a lot of time and effort. Now, this small tool on my phone does everything for me automatically, and even creates colorful charts. But to use these wonderful tools, we always need to connect our phones to the network. Yesterday, I tried to connect my laptop to the public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop downtown, and it took me 20 minutes just to log in. It was so frustrating because I had an urgent email to send to my manager about our project.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Public networks can be a real nightmare, especially when you are in a hurry. But being able to connect with people all over the world instantly is still a miracle of modern science. For instance, I can connect with my cousins in Australia with just one click on my computer. We can see each other's faces clearly and talk for hours without paying for an expensive international phone call. When our parents were young, they had to write paper letters, buy stamps, and wait for weeks just to get a short reply. Now we can connect with anyone, anywhere, at any time of the day. It makes our big planet feel so small and cozy.
It really does. It brings family members closer, no matter the physical distance between them. And think about every digital device we have in our homes now. It's not just computers or televisions anymore. Technology is everywhere around us. My absolute favorite device in my kitchen is my smart coffee maker. It starts making hot coffee before I even get out of bed because I can control it using an app on my phone. It smells amazing when I walk into the kitchen, and it saves me 5 minutes every single morning.
Wow, you really live in the future, Sarah. That sounds like a dream. My favorite device is definitely my smartwatch. It tracks my daily steps, monitors my heart rate, and gently reminds me to stand up and move when I sit for too long at my desk. It really helps me stay active during a busy workday when I have a lot of online meetings. However, having every device online has a major disadvantage that we cannot ignore. The biggest disadvantage of being so connected is that we often forget how to enjoy the present moment without looking at a screen. We go to a beautiful restaurant with our family or attend an amazing music concert, and instead of enjoying the delicious food or the live music, everyone is holding up a device to record a video for people online.
I agree completely, John. We are physically present in the room, but mentally we are somewhere else in the digital world. Another big disadvantage is the constant state of distraction. When you are trying to study for an exam or work on an important report, and your phone keeps buzzing with new messages, it completely ruins your concentration. Scientists say it takes a lot of time for the human brain to focus again after looking at a screen. This constant interruption has a direct negative effect on our productivity and our mental health. For example, a bad digital habit can have a negative effect on your school grades, your job performance, and even your real-life relationships with friends because you don't give them your full attention.
That's true, but we can also look at the positive side of things. Technology can have a wonderful effect on our lives if we use it well and set strict personal limits. For example, using digital maps on our phones has had a great effect on how we travel. We don't get lost in new cities anymore, and we can find the best local restaurants or museums easily. It really helps us improve our travel experiences and save a lot of energy. Personally, I love how I can improve my cooking skills just by watching quick video tutorials online. Last night, I learned how to make a perfect Italian pasta sauce in just 10 minutes. My family loved it.
Yes, technology gives us the power to improve our knowledge so easily and quickly. If you want to learn a new hobby, like photography, coding, or yoga, you can improve your skills from your own living room without paying for expensive private classes or driving to a school across town. All this technology has a huge influence on our daily choices, though. For example, online reviews have a big influence on which restaurants we choose, which movies we watch on the weekend, or which books we buy from online stores. We often trust the opinions of strangers online more than we trust traditional advertisements.
Definitely. Advertisements and social media influencers also have a strong influence on what young people wear, what products they buy, and even how they speak to each other. Sometimes we don't even realize how much this digital world shapes our minds, our habits, and our desires. It can make us feel like we always need to buy more things to be happy. But on the other hand, the internet provides us with so much useful information. If I need information about the weather forecast, a bus schedule, or historical facts for a project, I can find it in 2 seconds. It makes education and daily planning much easier for everyone.
That is the power of the internet. It democratizes knowledge so everyone has access to it. But we must be very careful because not all information online is correct or safe. There is a lot of fake news and bad advice on the internet today. We always need to check our sources to make sure the information is true and comes from a reliable expert or an official website. And of course, none of this works without a stable internet connection. Last week, my internet connection went down during an important online meeting with a client, and I felt so stressed. I had to reset the router 3 times before it started working again.
I know that feeling very well. It makes you feel completely disconnected from the world, almost like you are invisible. A fast internet connection is almost like electricity or water now. We can't imagine living our lives without it. When my internet connection is slow, I realize how dependent I am on being online for my work, my entertainment, and my communication. And the moment the connection returns, boom. Every single notification starts popping up on the screen at the same time. I received a notification yesterday saying I used my phone for 5 hours. It was a real wake-up call for me, and I felt a bit ashamed.
Haha, those weekly screen time reports can be really scary, but they are necessary. They show us the truth that we try to ignore every day. I usually turn off almost every notification on my phone except for emergency messages from my family. If I don't do that, every little notification from mobile games, shopping apps, or social media platforms takes my attention away from the real world. It really invades our privacy. Speaking of privacy, I am very careful about what I share online because digital privacy is very hard to protect these days. Large companies are always tracking our data to sell us things.
You are so right, Sarah. Privacy is a major issue in the modern world. Once something is uploaded to the internet, it stays there forever, even if you click the delete button. I never post photos of my house, my workplace, or my personal documents because I want to keep my privacy safe from bad people. It's important to decide what to share and what to keep secret. For instance, I love to share photos of beautiful landscapes when I go hiking on weekends, but I don't share my exact location in real time. I always wait until I come back home to post them.
That's a very smart rule to follow for personal safety. I like to share helpful recipes, interesting book recommendations, or positive quotes with my friends. Sharing can bring people together and create beautiful communities, especially on social media. But social media can also make people feel sad, anxious, or lonely if they constantly compare their real lives to other people's perfect, edited photos. That's why a social media detox, taking a complete break from these platforms for a few days or weeks, is so popular and necessary now. It cleans your mind.
Exactly. Taking a break from social media for a week helped me sleep much better and reduced my daily anxiety significantly. I spent that free time reading books and talking to my parents. Our world is full of smart technology now, like smart TVs, smart refrigerators, and smart cars, but we need to be smart about our health and our time too. We cannot let these tools dictate our happiness or our self-worth.
I agree. A smart person knows when to put the phone down and enjoy a quiet walk in nature or a real conversation with a friend face-to-face over a cup of tea. Using these tools can be highly useful for our careers, our university education, and our daily tasks, but they are only useful if we control them, instead of letting them control us. We need to find a healthy balance between the digital world and the physical world.
Now, dear listeners, let's move into our special vocabulary section. We will explain 10 important words from our conversation naturally and give you some clear examples to help you learn them. Sarah, would you like to start with the first word?
Of course. Let's start with app. An app is a piece of software designed for a specific purpose on your phone or computer. For example, I use a meditation app every night to help me relax before sleep. It plays gentle rain sounds and guides my breathing. It is a wonderful tool for stress relief.
That sounds very peaceful, Sarah. My example for app is a navigation app. I use it every time I drive to a new city so I don't get lost on the roads. It shows me the fastest route, calculates the time, and tells me if there is a traffic jam or an accident ahead. Our second word is connect. This means to join two things together or to make a digital link. For example, you need to connect your phone to the charger when the battery is low.
Good one. Another example for connect is social. I use video calls to connect with my grandparents who live in another city far away. It helps us feel close and stay in touch, even though we are hundreds of kilometers apart. Word number 3 is device. A device is an object, machine, or piece of equipment created for a specific function. For instance, a smartphone is a device that we use for communication, entertainment, and work every day.
Yes, and a microwave is a household device that helps us heat our food very quickly when we come home tired and we are in a hurry. Next, we have the word disadvantage. This means a condition, situation, or feature that causes a problem or makes someone less successful. For example, a big disadvantage of living far from the city center is the long commuting time every morning on the bus.
Exactly. And a disadvantage of shopping online is that you cannot try on the clothes or feel the quality of the fabric before you spend your money. Let's move to the 5th word, improve. This means to make something better, more advanced, or more effective than it was before. For example, reading English books regularly is a great way to improve your vocabulary and comprehension skills.
Definitely. And practicing sports, running, or going to the gym every week can help you improve your physical health, strength, and energy levels. Our 6th word is influence. This is the power to change or affect how someone thinks, behaves, or develops over time. For instance, parents have a huge influence on their children's habits, choices, and moral values.
They certainly do. In the digital world, advertisements, commercial videos, and online trends have a strong influence on what products people decide to buy. Word number 7 is information. This means facts, data, or knowledge provided or learned about something specific. For example, the university library is a great place to find historical information for a research paper.
True. And websites like Wikipedia provide quick information about almost any topic in the world, from space science to movie history. The 8th word is notification. This is an automatic message, alert, or sound from an application that tells you about a new activity or update. For example, I get a notification on my phone every time I receive a new email from my work manager.
And I get a notification from my calendar app 15 minutes before an online meeting starts, so I am never late. Word number 9 is privacy. This is the state of being free from public attention, secret tracking, or unwanted disturbance. For example, using strong passwords and two-factor authentication on your accounts is essential for protecting your online privacy.
Yes, and closing your curtains at night is a simple, traditional way to maintain your privacy at home. Finally, our 10th word is useful. This means helping you to do or achieve something successfully or being very practical in daily life. For example, a pocket knife is a very useful tool when you go camping in the forest because it can cut ropes or open food cans.
It really is. Another example is that learning how to cook at home is a highly useful skill that saves you a lot of money and keeps you healthy throughout your life. It gives you independence.
Well, that brings us to the end of our episode today. We hope these words, explanations, and examples were helpful for your English journey. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Stay smart, take care of your privacy, and see you in the next episode. Goodbye.